Checking here, bringing you another Boom Beach video. In today's video, guys, we got an exciting one for you. We're going to be discussing nothing but anything else but this new image that we have right here, guys. So, I know this is probably the lowest quality image you've ever seen in your life, but this is the best we could do for right now. Basically, actually, I might be able to improve it over here on the fly. But basically, what this seems to be, this is the leak that we were talking about yesterday. We can change the color of it a little bit, but more or less, this is the new hero slash troop image leak, potentially, that everyone's been talking about recently, guys. So, I wanted to talk about this, what it could be, what it couldn't be, for today's video, guys. So, I don't know if that made it better or worse, but basically what he looks like is a Navy, like, ship captain guy, right? And that doesn't really make it doesn't really fit in very well for him to be a captain, because we already have Captain Everspark in here. But let's go ahead. Let's just move him. Let's move him way over here for now, and we'll get into some Lasertron action on today's Dr. Terrence, guys. So, you know, my guess, what I think it would be, I'm thinking it's a new hero. I feel like that would make sense, just based just purely on the size and kind of how he looks. Like, he seems very big to be a troop, and he does look like some sort of, like, captain, admiral, you know, officer, whatever you want to call him, which is typically how, like, it's all, like, military rankings, right, is how all the heroes are, like Private Bullet, Sergeant Brick, Captain Everspark, and then Dr. Kavan. He fits in there somehow as well. But yeah, so basically, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking it's a new hero. I don't feel like it's a new troop. Why can I not put down all my Lasertrons, then all my medics, and then Dr. Kavan? That doesn't make any sense. I'm leaning towards a new hero. I feel like he's going to have something to do with the gunboat, being a Navy ship captain, being the admiral, whatever you want to call him, guys. Oh, that's why, because I'm running out of gunboat energy to throw all my troops down. So let's just swap out a couple lasers with some Grenadiers, so we can just throw all our troops down at once. We'll go like that, dive back on in. Yeah, I feel like his abilities would have to have something to do with the gunboat. Maybe it's like a mini regen. Maybe it's a, you know, you hit a certain defense this amount of times with the barrage, or you take it out and you get some sort of, like, intel production back out of that. I don't know. It could be very interesting. Maybe it's a radar hacking thing that allows you to get more intel. It probably has nothing to do with intel, but it's just fun to think that it might. I would also like to tie it into some of the troops that Chicken announced the other day as potentially coming into the game. But, yeah, I mean, the other stuff that we saw, there was those two, like, weird kind of shadowy images. Maybe we'll talk more about them in a separate video. But yeah, like I said, I'm leaning towards hero. I'm leaning towards he's got to have something to do with the gunboat. I feel like that would only make sense. You know, maybe he could, you know, landing crafts. Maybe he's the captain of the landing crafts, and he allows you to have a little bit more space on whatever boat that he comes out with. I don't know. Maybe he allows you to bring a secondary hero. Maybe the whole thing is you put him out on a boat, and what he does is he's kind of like the navigator. Maybe that's what he is. Maybe he's the navigator from back on the gunboat. And when you bring this hero, you have a you're still allowed to bring your regular hero. But what he does is in this 8th GBE slot, maybe that's where we get the secondary hero flare, or the potentially the secondary troop flare. And maybe it's green or something like that, and say we want Private Bullet to go way up in the back over there and taunt all those rocket launchers for us, and keep them locked and loaded on not him, because he'd be within their no fire range, but he would taunt them to the point where they can't move. I think that would be very interesting to see how all that would play out. Yeah, I can see that. He could be like the navigator, it's hard to come up with titles that haven't already been put into the game, like captain or commander, or, you know, something like that. But either way, I think it's interesting I'm curious where they would go with another hero. I feel like if they do, if it is actually another hero coming to the game, it's got to be something a little bit different. If it just comes into the game and it's, you know, it's hero number 5 and he's got, you know, like a couple tactics, like make it crazy, make it silly, make it usable, make it worth having. But have it. I like the second flare idea of the Navigator from way back on standing on the gunboat, and he's throwing out secondary flares. Maybe he even has like third and fourth flares that he throws out for specific troops. Or maybe you can just pick whatever troops you want to assign to a specific flare before the battle actually begins. That would be interesting. There's a million ways they could go with this, guys. But, you know, we're just presenting you with our ideas. Make sure to let me know down below in those comments, guys, what you think of the Admiral, of the big-nosed sailor man. What you're thinking down below in those comments, and we're gonna keep plucking along, backing away with today's Dr. Terrence. We got stage 6 loaded up. Let's go like this, and let's go like that, and we have yet to have to use the restoration ability. Maybe we'll do that right about now and get a couple riflemen running up the gut and just helping us out with keeping some of the splash damage off of us and pouring it into the riflemen. So we didn't lose any Lasertrons. We still have all our Grenadiers, just barely. But we're looking all right. We can actually just kind of flare up this way, and I think we'll be fine. We'll lose some of the second winders, but, you know, I'm not too concerned about the second winders anyways, guys. Okay, so we're going to go like this. Yeah, we're just going to sit right here, way out in the open. Let's actually flare back again, get some of these medics and Dr. Cavemans in a better area for us. Let's go like this and like that. That should take care of that boom cannon just about, with a couple more Grenadier bottle tosses, throwing their Molotovs. Okay, so we're going to lose Kavan and a few medics, but I mean, if that's the worst fit, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that, guys. But yeah, it's exciting. It's exciting. You see, this is something that I wish they had just posted rather than it be a leak. I mean, either way, it's good for hype in general, but this is exactly what I was saying the other day. Like, just give us a tease or something. And this blurry image of this Admiral guy, that's the perfect tease in the chicken's opinion. I mean, because what could this be? Nobody knows. Even the chicken doesn't know, guys. I don't know if it has anything to do with this update. Maybe it was a character they were going to bring in 6 years ago, but never got around to it. You know, he does look like a heavy. He does look like a heavy. He's got the same sort of body structure and facial features and everything like that. It looks like he does have 2 kind of bottles behind him. Maybe he's a long-range heavy that does massive amounts of damage or something like that. Just based on the sheer girth of his gut and his, you know, his chest and everything, he's a pretty large fellow, it seems to be. Okay, so let's go like this. Let's go with the barrage right about there. Let's throw an artillery on this cannon just to make sure he is down and out. And then we got lasers, we got Grens coming up left and right. The cannon is plucking away at some of our Grens, so I'm actually going to go ahead and just move over this way. Just because I don't feel like that's a great position to be in. We did lose 1 Grenadier, which is unfortunate, but I mean, it's going to happen, right? It's going to happen. Let's go like this. Okay, let's actually just flare on this boom cannon before we lose any more Grenadiers. Okay, so now we're looking all right. Now we're looking all right, guys. Let's go like this. Throw a barrage right over here. Maybe we'll get lucky and one of those shells will hit that boom cannon that's nearly dead anyways. And we'll go like this and like that. And there we go. So we got 9 GB left. We got all our laser tanks up still. Losing a couple Grens, but that's okay. The Grens are okay to lose. It's the Lasertrons that do the real damage, guys. It's those are the guys you want to keep alive and keep happy, etc., etc. Okay, so now we got everyone shooting, and we're looking in pretty good shape here. Let's see if we can use these critters to pop that shock mine. Yeah, didn't really work out the greatest, but I think what we should do, I feel like if we can, actually, you know what, we can just throw 1 artillery right there and we'll get all that stuff. Boom. Except the sniper tower, but that's okay. So let's flare down this way. Let's use a health pack. It's just going to be a bit of a better angle for our medics not get hit by those rocket launchers. But yeah, guys, let me know what you think of this Admiral guy. Captain Heavy Fat? I don't know. Let me know what you would call him. Let me know what you think he is. down below in that comment section, guys. Very interested to hear your thoughts, concerns, feedback on this one. Guys, that is going to wrap it up for the video today. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure to leave a like if you found it interesting, entertaining, or informative. And we'll see you in the next one, guys. Check it out.